Welcome to the Madison Motor Podcast Special Edition Series where I preview each Major League Baseball team's season. This will be the 9th of 30. This will be the Colorado Rockies. We'll go over the prospect list. We'll do superlatives, the team's ceiling and floor, best futures for the teams and players, and then bold prediction for each team. And like I said at the top, this is going to be the Colorado Rockies. Their top prospect, middle infielder, Adele Amador, ETA 2025. He is 28th overall on MLB.com's list. 2, Chase Dollander, righty, 2026. He is 52 on the MLB.com list. 3, Yanquiel Fernandez, outfield, 2025. He is 72nd on MLB.com's list. 4th is Jordan Beck, outfielder, 2025. He is 81st on MLB.com's list. 5th is Sterling Thompson. He plays outfield and second base. ETA 2024. 6th, Zach Veen, outfield, 2024. 7, Dylan George, shortstop, 2026. 8, Cole Carrigue. He's outfield, shortstop, and catcher, 2026. 9, Drew Romo, catcher, 2024. 10, Benny Montgomery, outfield, 2025. 11, Robert Calaz, outfield, 2028. 12, Hunter Goodman, first base, outfield catcher, 2024. 13, Ryan Ritter, shortstop, 2025. 14, Sean Sullivan, lefty, 2026. 15, Carson Palmquist, lefty, 2025. 16, Gabe Hughes, 2026. He's a righty. 17, Warming Bernabel, third base, 2025. 18, Jordy Vargas, righty, 2027. 19, Ashley Andujar, shortstop, 2019. Or 2029. 20, Jack Mahoney, righty, 2026. 21, Jake Madden, righty, 2026. 22, Mason Albright, lefty, 2026. 23, Greg Jones, outfield shortstop, 2024. 24, Michael Prosecki, lefty, 2026. 25, Victor Vodnik, righty, 2024. 26, Jackson Cox, righty, 2027. 27, Anthony Molina, righty, 2024. 27, Jaden Hill, righty, 2025. 29, Kyle Karros, third base, 2026. And 30, Connor Van Scoyoc, righty, 2025. All right, so superlatives. Best rookie. A lot of their prospects are not quite there yet. But there's 2 that stand out. Both were like high draft picks. Drew Romo in the COVID draft and Zach Veen also in the COVID draft, ironically enough. I think that Drew Romo is more likely to have an impact because he is slated to start the year in AAA. And I think that he has the pop to spark the Rockies a little bit, and he would be an upgrade at the position. I mean, so would Zach Veen, obviously, and he has the pedigree of being a first-round pick. But I think Drew Romo is more likely to have an impact this year. All right, most improved player on the Rockies. Ezekiel Tovar just got paid. But there's a pitcher that maybe could be a change of scenery, or he could just blow up. Say Dakota Hudson is a good candidate for this. He was really good his first couple years. Has dropped the last few years. I'm going to say he's improved. Most disappointing. This is an interesting one. But I'm going to say Charlie Blackmon only because he's on the back end of his career and I just don't think he's any good. Make or break. The Rockies have been relying on this guy to stay healthy for a while now, and I feel like he's never healthy. He's never played a full season, and this has to be make or break time for Brendan Rodgers. He's never hit over 300 in this season. He was a first-round pick in the 2015 draft, and he was hyped up to be a franchise player. He's never turned out to be that yet. So to me, he's the obvious make-or-break guy on this team. Bounce-back guy on this team. Dakota Hudson does fit the bill for it, but I'm going to go with another pitcher, believe it or not. And I'm going to go with Cal Quantrill. He wasn't good on the Guardians last year in 19 starts. In the 2.5 years prior, with the Guardians, he was really good. But I just think he's just going to pitch better than the 5.24 ERA. And I think he'll bounce back to the point where they can trade him. Ewing theory. Nobody really stands out because there's no player that really got traded or left. We thought Marquez was going to get dealt. That never happened. But I do think that there's, future Ewing theory stuff with Freeland and Marquez if they get dealt. The ceiling for the Rockies. This is hard. Because I don't think they're any good. But I think there's a world they finish fourth. If things go wrong with some other teams, like maybe the Giants' free agent signings don't work out and they turn into a flop, or the Padres guys that they got in the Soto deal don't work out. So, there's scenarios for those two teams to falter. Maybe the Rockies jump them and finish fourth, but I just don't see it. And they're obviously, their floor is last because they stink, and everybody else in the division is more talented than they are. Even if things break right on the Rocks, like even if Dakota Hudson and Austin Gomber and Cal Quantrill are good and their bullpen holds up and Chris Bryant matches, Tovar lives up to the extension, and Blackmon turns back the clock. There is scenarios of them having more wins than expected, but that probably doesn't necessarily mean that they won't finish in last. All right, so some futures for the Rockies. I had a feeling that the Rockies podcast was going to be short because there was not a lot of excitement there. They're tied with the A's for the worst odds at 500-1. To win the National League, they are probably 250-1. 200-1. 3 Channel CS, they're probably 100-1. 200-1. 3 Channel CS. And then win the NL West, they're 200-1. They're 200-1 for everything. All right, awards. Maybe Chris Bryant for NL MVP. Maybe he gets traded to an NL team. Who knows? But I just want to see the number for Bryant in case he's traded to an NL team and has the Cespedes Mets impact. Or even to somewhere on the American League. But if he gets traded to a different league, I don't see you winning MVP. But I just wanted to see the number for Chris Bryant, and I can't even find a Chris Bryant MVP number because the Rockies are so terrible. But I don't see it here. What about Cal Quantrill or any of those Rocky guys for NL Cy Young? Or maybe they got traded to a different team in the same league. How is Brendan Pfaadt 100-1 for Cy Young? I didn't even bring that up. But yeah, I don't see any Rocky pitchers for Cy Young either, which isn't surprising. Rookie of the Year. I want to see if Drew Romo or Zach Veen is on here. I don't see any Rocky guys on here, which is sad, and that's disrespectful to some Rocky fans if they want to get cute and bet on some stuff. And who's their manager? Bud Black is still their manager. He's 60-1 for manager of the year. I can't believe he's still their manager. And then Chris Bryant for comeback player of the year has to be on there. Yes, 15-1. That's pretty good. And the reliever of the year odds are up. I want to see Diaz on the Reds, 12-1. That's the one I wanted to see. And then Alzolay of the Cubs is 19. And we talked about Clase. He's 6-1. Oh, and I want to see Kimbrel. Or Kimbrel's 30. And then Cano on the Orioles is 15. The Rockies win total is probably in the 50s. 59.5. Oh my God. That is so bad. They think they're as bad as Oakland, which they might be. What's their number to make the playoffs? 70-1. Oh my God. That is so funny. Does Chris Bryant have a home run over under? No. Oh my God. But is he up there for home run leader? Playing in Coors? I don't even see him, which is sad. The sad state of the Colorado Rockies. All of Bryant's former Cubs teammates are on here, but not him. Explain that. But what if Bryant is traded and is awesome on a different team, which I could totally see happening? But yeah, that's disrespectful to Chris Bryant that he's not up there for the home run leader. And I want to see if there's shortstops up there for stolen bases. The guy they just paid. No, he's not up there for stolen bases either. All right, best future. Bryant, comeback player of the year, 15-1. Because the Rockies, there's like no futures for the Rockies. And 15-1's a good number. If you get it now and he puts up those gaudy numbers, he gets traded to a good team, and then maybe he wins comeback player of the year because he's awesome on a different team. So Chris Bryant, 15-1's my favorite future for the Rockies. And I've been saying it all show. I think that Chris Bryant is going to be traded. I think he stays healthy and produces and gets traded to a team that could use an upgrade at first base. And I'm going to say the team he's traded to maybe is better than expected. And they're in the mix. And I think that his versatility could be a big deal. And the team also needs to replace a player offensively who they traded. So I'm going to say that the Rockies do the rare in-division trade and trade him to the San Diego Padres. And going back, I think it'll be a kind of a cheaper trade. Graham Pauley. I'm going to say Carson Montgomery and Garrett Hawkins. So 3-for-1 for Chris Bryant, and Chris Bryant gets traded to San Diego and is rejuvenated a little bit. So there you have it for the Colorado Rockies. Next up will be the Tigers of Detroit, which should be a lot of fun.